Hi, Chris. My name is Sam, and I'm going to be walking you through the session today. Before we begin, I have some information for you, and I'm going to read it to you to make sure I cover everything. You probably already have a good idea of why we asked you here, but let me go over it again briefly. We're asking people to try using a web page that we're working on so we can see whether it works as intended. The session should take probably about 20 minutes. The first thing I want to make clear right away is that we're testing the site and not you. You can't do anything wrong here. In fact, this is probably the one place today where you don't have to worry about making mistakes.
That's good.
As you use the site, I'm going to ask you as much as possible to try to think out loud, to say what you're looking at, what you're trying to do, and what you're thinking. This will be a big help to us. Also, please don't worry that you're going to hurt our feelings. We're doing this to improve the site, so we need to hear your honest reaction. If you have any questions as we go along, just ask them. I may not be able to answer them right away since we're not interested in how people do when they don't have someone sitting next to them. But if you still have questions when we're done, I'll try to answer them then. And if you need to take a break at any point, just let me know.
Thank you.
May have noticed the microphone. With your permission, we're going to record what happens on the screen in our conversation. The recording will only be used to help us figure out how to improve the site, and it won't be seen by anyone except the people working on this project. And it helps me because I don't have to take as many notes. Also, there are a few people from the web design team observing this session in another room. They can't see us, just the screen. If you would, I'm going to ask you to sign a simple permission form for us. It just says that you will have your permission to record you and that the recording will only be seen by the people working on the project.
You've got my permission.
Thank you. Okay, so to start this off, kind of browse around the site. Explain what you're looking at, what you think the website is for, what you're able to do here, and then just your general thought process when you're going through things.
All right. Well, upon first glance, it appears that I'm looking. Well, clearly, I can see it's the Humane Association of Monroe County. Seems like there's lots of services for my pets. Looks like there's a lot of cat material on here. And it looks like there's some sort of product or service I can purchase from this website based on the offers at the top. And it's got some good resources for pet owners, like pet CPR first aid. That's good. And they're big on cats over here. So maybe this is this like a cat only affair?
I'm not, I think you can go to the top and it'll show you different services. Yeah.
Should I stay on this homepage or should I go around to different tabs?
Stay here for a little bit and then I'll tell you where to go.
Okay.
From here now.
Yeah. It's I can tell what it is from the moment I log on.
Mm-hmm. And you know what you're able to do with it. Everything looks fairly simply
laid
looks
out. There's like cat, dog, and there you can pet food. There's different deals. Okay, I got it.
Okay, so the first task that we are going to ask you to do is do a little shopping. So explain how each step that you're taking to do the shopping, whether it could be done maybe a little better from your perspective, did it get a little confusing, things like that. And I'm not going to tell you how to get there, but the first step is to go shopping. The second one is to put an item in your shopping cart, and the third one is to create an account.
Okay, makes sense. Well, it seems like the first place I would anticipate the products to be is under services. Let's like pet food and supplies. So maybe click on that. A lot of information there. Okay, maybe I can't shop right there. Maybe online pharmacy would be my next bet. Oh, okay, yeah, there we go. Looks like I can. So my second instinct was correct.
So maybe a little bit more clarification for
maybe more explicit, just because one of the things I appreciate when browsing a site is just plain and simple language, like services. And at the top, maybe implied that I would
be able to find a product there.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then again,
So what do you see here on
So
this
it looks
page?
like there's
'Cause it
we
looks
got
like
a
it opened up a new tab for you.
Yeah, it did. Look, it brought me to like a secondary site. So there's food and there's like flea tick prevention and then some heartworm stuff. I think I want some pet food though. Dog food actually tastes pretty good if you try it.
Good to know. Thank you for that.
Okay, let's see. Royal Canine, is that GI? Low fat. I want my dogs to not be fat, so low fat food is good. And
What options do you see on this page?
so it looks like I can select different sizes of the bag of dog food. I got the price. Let's see if I click on a different. Okay, it refreshes and gives me new price.
Are you able to, if you go back, are you able to compare prices between different products? Maybe see which one gives you a better deal or anything of that nature?
Let's see, I'm not sure how I would go about doing that. Maybe if I go back to dry food, I can. Oh yeah, so it has the price ranges. Oh, it looks like so if you auto ship, so if you get it every X amount of months or weeks,
Save yourself some
you
money.
save some money, which is good. It's good that I can see that up front too. So that's cool. Yeah, it looks like I can compare prices pretty easily.
You have different
And there's different on the left. There's
filters.
yeah, there's different filters for the type of pet I have. That's good. So I have a large I have a pit bull, pretty big dog. Let's see. I actually don't know what kind of dog food he'll eat, so I'll just pick this one. It's expensive, but worth it for my dog. All right,
So on this page you have different options.
Yeah, different options for the. Oh, this one only has one size, one bag. Click that. Did that add it to my cart or? Oh, I just clicked one bag and nothing happened. Okay, cool. That was interesting. Okay, add to cart. I wish I feel like it's kind of ambiguous. It's like I'm not sure what happens. Like why is this one bag thing here? If I click
so
it,
maybe
nothing
if you
happens.
had a different kind of food, maybe there would be different options or something.
Yeah. So maybe
I'm not
for
sure.
for foods that only have one option like this, maybe remove the option to pick another option because then it kind of gets confusing. So I'll add this one to my cart. Gotta get that protein. How did it go? Try again.
So it's not very good at letting you know.
Oh! Apparently I've added 3 things to my cart. So some more feedback. Definitely some more responsiveness when I click something. I like immediate feedback.
Yeah, so you know that it went through and that.
So
now you have 3 things in your.
Click on this. I'm gonna remove this, and okay, it didn't.
It didn't actually take it away. It just got rid of the
okay,
quantity.
I don't like that. I like the responsiveness and immediate feedback. So if I refresh this page, will it update my cart? And it still has. Okay, what? So I tried removing them.
And it didn't.
And it didn't. So that's problematic. Maybe if I click checkout, it'll have updated again. Well,
I guess we'll try.
I guess we'll try creating an account because I know that's one of the things I have to do. So I'll do that while I'm here. Select my veterinarian. Sure, she seems cool. Yeah, don't look at my password. Oh, it thinks my password's weak. Okay, let's try a different one. Okay, well, when I add more things, it
got worse. Yeah.
That's also every other password evaluating thing on every other website says this same password is strong. So that's interesting how they calculate that. I don't know how many people are going to try to.
So it's still.
Still has my stuff in the cart that I didn't want in the cart. I have to add a pet. Please add your pet's information. It's a lot. Okay.
So what do you see on this page that I don't know.
First of all, let me click return to cart. I don't want to check out yet because I would like to remove these things from my cart. Maybe if I try literally typing in 0, will that help? Oh, okay. Things are going not smooth. Let's try going back. Oh, it removed something from my cart. The cat food's gone, or whatever that was. If I try removing this again, refresh. Maybe if I try 0 again, it's still kind of broken. But it removed. But this is also at 0. I'm going to change that to 1. All right, so after a few attempts, we got the food in the cart. The process to kind of do that was clearly pretty clunky. There wasn't a lot of direction as to where I'm supposed to click. And the consistency across products is kind of lacking.
Could you speak a little bit to the feedback that maybe it did or didn't give you little maybe constraints or affordances that it?
So it didn't really. So initially, to get to the shop, the products offerings, it didn't really afford any sort of. It didn't really give any clue to where I'm supposed to go. It had 2 options for services and then the online pharmacy, but there was really it would have been just really clear if I could have just clicked products or food or something like that. Maybe products with a drop down of the different kinds of products they had. That could be something on the main menu.
Instead of it saying online pharmacy, maybe saying animal products of different nature, something like that.
Yeah, because I feel like when I think of an online pharmacy, I would think of maybe medication for my dog rather than food. Because if I want food, I don't.
2 different categories, basically. Because 2 of the 3 were pharmacy, but the third wasn't really.
So I think some more clarity there would be good. Also, editing the cart was clearly problematic. Again. Oh, that doesn't sound good. So when I tried to remove the cart by clicking the remove button, which is good, I like that the remove button's there. It should have updated. It would have been better if it had updated it automatically, but it didn't even update it. It failed to update until I had typed in a 0, pressed enter. It brought me to some weird page with lots of numbers and letters and lines of code or something, and then when I backtracked, it updated, which is a really strange process. I didn't like that.
Can you speak to the account creation at all?
Account creation was probably the smoothest thing. I just had to type in name, email, phone number, make a password. It was pretty simple. The only thing about it was I'm confused as to how they determine the password strength and whether the password strength even matters, because it said my password was weak, but it still let me create an account. So I feel like if they're trying to promote maybe cybersecurity, they should actually
give a list of criteria.
Give a list of criteria would be good. Give suggestions of how I can make my password stronger, and kind of say in general what makes a strong password. Okay. I guess.
Well, before we wrap this up, do you have any follow-up questions for me, or any final comments?
My final comments: just make sure these people redo the website, because it looks pretty good. It's kind of clunky in terms of its performance. It doesn't give great feedback, and it doesn't really afford. It doesn't tell me where to go. Basically, there's not a lot of guidance.
It doesn't. You found yourself trying to find your own way a lot, and it didn't give you any feedback. Basically.
And I know a lot of, especially today, when everything's really digitalized. People expect websites to be in perfect tip-top shape, and there shouldn't be a lot of questions that they have, the customer has in their head while they're navigating a site. But I definitely was wondering where I'm supposed to go. I was hoping that I was guessing the right place, but a few times I didn't guess the right place, and which was kind of annoying. But I guess those are my final comments.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your help today. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
And have a good rest of your day.
You too.